Hi everybody, this is Sean from Sunflower Kids Academy, and right now we're at the Finney County Historical Museum with Mrs. H. You guys have
Hi, guys.
probably seen her in your school, right?
That's right.
Or you might have been here at the museum, but today she's going to tell us all about Buffalo Jones and how he helped start Garden City, so take it away, Mrs. H.
Okay. Well, this is Buffalo Jones, Pawnee Bill, and Buffalo Bill. And these were Buffalo Jones's friends. They rode in the Wild West show together. They were his comrades, so to speak. They didn't have a whole lot to do with Garden City, though, not like Buffalo Jones. So come on over here. Buffalo Jones was born in McLean County, Illinois. He could have had everything he wanted from his dad, but he wanted to do it his way. And he told his dad, no, this isn't what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out to Kansas. So he came out to Kansas. He met his wife and married her at Troy, Kansas. This is Martha Jones. Martha Welton was her last name. Her father, Isaac, actually started the first movement of the zoo regulations and accreditations for the Isaac Welton Zoological Services. So she had a big role to play in our zoo as well, because they were following the rules that her father had established. But Buffalo Jones started a farm there in Sterling. The grasshoppers ate everything, so he moved on. And during that time, William Fulton, James Fulton, who were brothers, named for Fulton Street, and John Stevens, who worked for William Fulton and actually ended up marrying his boss's daughter, came out to southwest Kansas, and what they were seeing was prime land for grazing and pasturing, and a huge waterway, a big river. Because at that time, some places of the Arkansas River ran 16 feet deep and 6 miles wide. So they saw this as the prime opportunity to build a town out here that would be between here in Denver, here in Topeka, here in Kansas City. But these three men were, very shy, kind of quiet men. So they knew they needed somebody that was flamboyant and excited about this new town. And they needed just the guy. They called Buffalo Jones. Got a hold of him, actually, because we didn't have phones then yet, kids. So they contacted Jones and said, hey, we got a proposition for you. We need that fourth guy. We need a promoter for Garden City. And so Buffalo Jones came out and became the promoter of Garden City. He was also our first mayor. He was one of our first citizens to be the first state legislator for the Finney County area. And some people don't know this, but he was also the first game warden for Yellowstone National Park. He was good friends with Theodore Roosevelt, and President Roosevelt had made Yellowstone a national park and asked Buffalo Jones to bring buffalo back to that area and to be the first game warden. So he did that. However, as friendships would go, Teddy and Jones got kind of sideways, because Theodore would go to Africa and he would hunt over 500 animals, killing them. That upset Jones, because Jones realized early on in Garden City history that if we didn't stop killing buffalo, they were going to be extinct. And so he hung up his guns and only hunted for meat for his family. And he became known as a preservationist of the buffalo. And so this really upset him when Theodore went hunting like this. So a couple of years later, Jones and his trusty horse and dogs, along with his two best friends and their horses, went to Africa, and they too went on safari. And they used ropes and lassos. And in their adventure, they would rope and cage a lioness that would be sent back to the United States, and she was the first lioness at the Bronx Zoo. And you guys know about the Bronx Zoo if you've watched Madagascar, because in the front of the very first part of the movie, you see all the animals there that want to be free. Well, Jones was instrumental in that as well. So Buffalo Jones was a known horseman. He was a known buffalo hunter, later became a buffalo preservationist. He had the USS Buffalo Jones, a ship named after him. We have where the courthouse is. He built the first courthouse there. And it originally was called Jones Park, and then he built the courthouse there. Later it would go down to Main Street, and then it would, in 1929, they would build the new courthouse that is still there. He and John Stevens kind of had this friendship of anything you can do, I can do better, I can do anything better than you, and I can do it quicker. Stevens was more a methodical kind of guy. He liked to write it out, dot the I's, cross the T's. Jones was like, just do it, we'll figure it out later. So a lot of times these two were pushing each other. So while Stevens is thinking about building the Windsor Hotel, Jones built the Buffalo Hotel. Then Stevens built the Windsor. And when Stevens was going to donate land to build the courthouse, he wanted Stevens Park to actually be the town square with the courthouse. And all the town's activities would circulate right there. Well, Jones wouldn't have any part of it. He built the first courthouse over on 8th Street. So then Stevens ended up selling that property very economically to the county, and then the city took it over as Stevens Park, which I think if we could talk to Stevens in some way, I think he'd be very proud of how much his park is used by the citizens of Garden City. It's everything he wants. It's the hub of the activities. But it's because these two men saw the greatness that Garden City could be, that they pushed each other, and we had buildings being built and people coming to Garden City, and this continued through the relationship all these years. So we can thank Buffalo Jones for being that guy, being the promoter of Garden City, being a preservation of Buffalo, and being that big promoter of Garden City, because he brought a lot of people to Garden City, like Frederick Finney, who normally would not have even probably considered Garden City, but came here and has left his own legacy. So in your travels and around town, you think about everything that Buffalo Jones and the other founding fathers did for us. It's pretty amazing. Have a great day. See you later.
All right. Thanks, Mrs. H.
Sure.
I know we'll be back here in a couple days to learn some more about everything that we have here at the Finney County Historical Museum, because, well, you can't get out of your house too much. So we'll be here for you.
Okay. See you later,
All right,
guys.
bye.
Bye.